So last year I got into this really big art block and I couldn't paint a single good thing for like 4 to 5 months. It was a slump and I realized that I had to get out of it as soon as possible. So I made this plan to make a habit of painting in my sketchbook regularly, just to paint every day. Here's what I realized, that art block is just burnout and you need to be gentle with your burnouts. Here's my sketchbook and obviously I'm not gonna show every painting that I did. Some of those works are really bad, so I never really liked those enough to post or to show here. And some were just I didn't like them at first and I liked them later on. It's a continuous process. Don't overthink about your reference photo much. Like I usually do this. I'd open Pinterest, I'd see something and I'd say, oh, let's paint this. And I'd not give much thought to it. It didn't have to have accurate likeness or accurate colors. I just wanted to make myself free from all the restrictions in my head that was keeping me from regularly painting. Like, what do you mean 4-5 months of not feeling like painting? And no matter what the reference is, I'll try to keep my subject matter very simple, like the hair or just the lighting or the color transition, the transition of the shadows on the skin. Also, my drawing process is not that interesting. You told me to show my drawing process, so I'm showing it, but it's just this. It's not anything interesting. And yes, I sometimes flip my sketchbook to figure out the proportions. But to be this loose, I think I used to practice eyeshadow method or Loomis method in the beginning. I mean, it doesn't really matter how skillful you become though. Painting never gets easy, or drawing. I mean, once you really get the fundamentals under your belt, you will obviously make no longer silly mistakes. Day by day, you will see nothing has changed, but if you look back after 2-3 months of dedication, you will notice how much you have improved. And as you improve, your results will grow more rewarding, which will push you to increase your skill more and more. Currently, I'm curious to know about where am I going with my journey. If you have seen my painting process before, then you'd know that I start with very thin layers of gouache and I just color block it first, just to separate everything. Also, I can talk about my whole painting process if you guys don't mind me. Like, I really like this green color here. It was looking really summery, and the way that color was reflecting on her skin, it was so beautiful. I'll link the photos down below so that you can also paint these ones. Oh, also I really do not have any idea how to do tutorials because I'm not a good teacher, I think. So I'll just talk about what I am doing. So here I was just making that greenish tint on the skin visible, and here I think I was just painting the lighter part of her face. Yeah. The reference had this ambient light and no dark shadows all over, but still I painted the shadow part first because it gives you a control over your painting. It gives a depth and structure. Once the shadows are in, you can paint the whole light area and it just clicks into the place. It locks in the light source. By the way, I wanted to thank you guys for watching this video. I usually do this at the end of the video, but I feel like you guys don't watch till the end of the video. So thank you for watching this video. It really means a lot. Okay, I'll continue commenting on this process. I sometimes save the eyes or the lips for the end to paint because it's the most satisfying part. It's like frosting a cake after it's baked. Since we don't have any darkest dark in the shadows of the face, we are not going to use any black in the eyes because that's gonna bring unwanted contrast in the face. And for the hair, I'm going to use black and add some Prussian blue to it because I want the contrast there. If you squint your eyes on the reference photo, you can kind of measure how your contrast goes in the photo. You can do that from real life too, with real life references. I was not interested in the clothing at all, like it didn't inspire me at all, so I'm just gonna leave it as it is. There's some brown highlights in the eyes and we're done with this one. You know, I started with this painting, but then I didn't know what to focus on. I mean, it happens, I know. You lost the motivation after you started. It's really wild how a painting made with motivation, even if it's technically messy, it can feel way more charming than something what is super polished but soulless. Like you can feel in the painting when someone cared. In that case, I'll say you can either drop the painting and move on with something else, or you can focus on something that you want to paint from this reference photo. Here I really liked the hair and how the light had hit the left part of her hair and how the right side was really cool, dark, shadowy. I really liked that. I usually don't paint the hair first, but since I didn't find anything interesting enough, so I started with the hair. I mean, that's the point of sketchbook. It's a lab where you can experiment. Here I mixed like 2 parts of Prussian blue and 1 part of black. It was gonna be really bluish, and not this part. This is wait. You guys can understand, right? Yeah, this part is Prussian blue and black. For the black here, I'm not using black because pure black can look flat. Instead, we can build it up with bluish shadows. It gives the hair depth, the coolness, and a soft shine. Right now, I'm just doing the basic shapes of the hair, and we'll paint over it with a darker tone of this same paint, same color. The eyes were very contrasted on this one, so I'm going to use the bluish blackish tone here on the eyes too. And that's the ambient light coming from the other side. It's possibly coming from the sky or the greenery she has by her side. You have to be mindful of these things. You should know why you're painting what you're painting. I made a video about gouache and what I learned about painting with gouache in 2 years. I will link it here, you can check that out. Here I started feeling a bit sick and I couldn't talk anymore, so I'll just let you guys enjoy the process. I messed up with the blue highlights here because it's not gonna be that much of blue, and I'm gonna fix it with a bit gray. I mean just white and black, but yeah. And now the warm highlights of the hair where the sun hits. that's it, we're done. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.